Spring City, Tennessee is a town just about 55 miles north of Chattanooga. It has a population of approximately 2,000 people. It is a small town just 2.5 square miles in area. Spring City is also the town that I call home. It has a great history, but unfortunately will always be remembered for a tragedy that occurred some 60 years ago. Today, I would like to tell you the story about a little boy named John, who was a part of this tragedy, the bus crash of 1955. Little John was a first grader at Spring City Elementary School at just 6 years of age. On the morning of August 22nd, 1985, John got up and ate breakfast just like he did every day before school. He got dressed in his overalls and prepared to walk barefooted to the school bus. He met up with his 8-year-old cousin Jerry, who lived next door. As they walked to the bus stop, John stubbed his toe on a rock. He and Jerry ran back to his mom, crying about the hurt toe, and begged his mom to let him stay home that day. John's mom poured alcohol on the hurt toe and bandaged it up and told him he had to go to school that day. Then she sent them on their way back to the bus stop. While walking back to the bus stop, Jerry discovered that he'd forgotten his milk money. Not liking milk, John was more than happy to give him the nickel that his mother had given him that morning for his milk. They boarded the bus for a regular day of classes, not knowing the tragedy that their afternoon bus ride held in store. At 3 p.m., the afternoon school bell rang, and 47 children loaded onto the ill-fated school bus driven by Raymond Moore. As usual, John took his seat next to his cousin Jerry. As the school bus approached a railroad crossing at the south end of town, a 100-car freight train, driven by engineer Paul Giles and heading southbound, struck the rear of the bus. It scattered dead and injured elementary school children for 10 car lengths along the tracks. The townspeople who had witnessed the crash began picking up bodies of injured children and loading them into cars and ambulances. The injured children were transported to several area hospitals. Hundreds of Spring City and Rockwood residents, as well as veterans organizations, and the entire football team of Rockwood High School stood ready to donate blood. John was severely injured, but miraculously, he was alive. He was transported to Chamberlain Memorial Hospital in Rockwood. He was listed in critical condition with a broken leg, broken collarbone, a head injury that required 53 stitches. His elbow had been cut in 2, and all of his teeth had been knocked out. John woke up in the hospital to find out that 11 of his friends on the bus had been killed, including his cousin Jerry. In Knoxville, Governor Frank Clement ordered an investigation by the Tennessee Highway Patrol, the Tennessee Bureau of Investigation, and the State Education Commissioner's Office of the tragedy that had occurred. Both Raymond Moore, the bus driver, and Paul Giles, the engineer of the train, were charged with manslaughter. Soon after the tragedy had occurred, a group of 39 Spring City women, who were members of the school's Parent-Teacher Association, took the historic step to travel to Nashville to lobby state government, creating the first law requiring school buses to stop at all railroad crossings. The Stop, Look, and Listen law these women helped create was eventually adopted throughout the entire United States. This law is still in effect today and has saved countless lives. After spending a couple of days in the hospital, John was released to come home. School had been closed for a week following the tragedy. John spent months at home recuperating before returning to Spring City Elementary School without his cousin Jerry, who was forever gone. John completed his education at Spring City Elementary and Spring City High School. He married and had 2 daughters and continued to raise them in the Spring City community, where they also attended Spring City Elementary School. Today, he has a successful career in Oak Ridge, where he has worked for 35 years. He is also a very active member of our Ray County School Board as the elected member for the 1st District and is an avid supporter of our 4-H organization in Ray County. One of his biggest accomplishments on the school board has been to ensure that school buses don't have to cross railroad tracks if there's an alternate route available. To present date, there is only one route left in our county where school buses have to cross railroad tracks. As a surviving member of the school bus crash in 1955, he was part of a group that dedicated a new monument on the South Lawn by the Spring City Depot back in 2005 to commemorate the 50th anniversary of the crash. The monument is in memory of all 11 children who died as a result of the crash and the 39 women who courageously fought to make a new law to prevent this tragedy from occurring again. You may be wondering why an 8th grader in Spring City Middle School may be interested in this particular piece of history. Well, besides having been a student at Spring City Elementary School myself, well, this story is a big part of its legacy. I also happen to know the little boy named John in the story I just told you about. Actually, I call him Papa John. Yes, that's right. This is the story of the horrible tragedy that befell my grandfather, John Minty, when he was a small child. When interviewing him about this tragedy, I was surprised by all the details that he remembered from about that day. However, upon doing more research, I realized how much this event impacted his life from such a young age. I spend a lot of time with him now, and he is someone I look up to and greatly admire. He has taught me a great life lesson. Though he experienced great tragedy early in life, he did not let that define him. Instead, he drew from that horrific experience and uses that energy in helping make our schools a better place today.